Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining me once again on this Three Houses Pacifist playthrough. Today I get to show off a rather exciting map in Chapter 16, where the objective is to defeat all enemy commanders. We'll have to defeat 4 in total, and most of them are very far away from our starting position. We'll be pulling out all the stops to take them out before the rest of the enemies collapse in on us. Buckle up. At first, only Ferdinand and Ladislava are present on the map, at the left end of the bridge. As soon as we engage Ferdy, the generic replacement for Lorenz will show up and make himself a target. The 4th boss is Acheron, who spawns in on enemy phase after we cross into a certain part of the map. He and his forces are the only Maddening Bone reinforcements that can't immediately move. It's possible to skip Acheron by beating the map on turn 1 player phase, but alas, we can't go that fast.
Let's clean up.
Byleth has just punched a hole through a wall of enemies with Lure. The rest of our team will pour through that opening. Lysithea gets to flex her magical muscles with an 8-range warp, sending Shamir for a ride. Linhardt will take up the space she vacates in order to use a warp of his own on Bernadetta, who gained Paladin access thanks to her Gwendol kill in the previous chapter. We've had to cook up a point of magic in the monastery to bring Linhardt's magic stat up to 24 and enable a 6-range warp. Bernadetta is not the only new Paladin we have fielded. Annette has also mounted a horse for its mobility and base stats, and Seteth has trained through his riding bane for combat purposes. Access to Lancefare and the grounded lesser mercenaries help out his damage and accuracy. After being refreshed, Byleth flies into Ferdinand's range. She, Claude, and Marianne are the recipients of Impregnable Wall, so as long as Ferdy doesn't land a gambit and lock Byleth down, we're fine. Claude uses his new repositioned combat art to boost Seteth forward, and then we restrain those other 2 enemies. All of this turn 1 movement is very tight because of what turn 2 demands.
You think we'll let you take this bridge from us? So close.
Once again, Impregnable Wall at work.
Edelgard has always been obsessed with you. I am a little envious, to be frank. I will just have to impress her with my skills on the battlefield.
With this strategy, Ferdinand does not gambit us. Byleth does have 37 charm here. Paladin stats allow Annette to tank that hit. The archer will target Lysithea, so she has equipped heal in order to avoid being weighed down and doubled. This is better than unequipping fully, because it also provides crit avoid. There is still a minute chance of death though, about 1 in 182.
Not quite ready to die.
Aw, you'll be okay, Annie.
I can't die yet.
Despite the complaints of our 2 small, intelligent women, they are still very capable of buffing Claude and warping him into position. Linhardt will take up the space Claude vacates in order to... Deja vu. As you can see, Linhardt's magic is 21 before the level up. Magic plus 2 and the meal get him to 24. Thanks to all of the magical movement that's been going on, Bernadetta can strive for both Byleth and Claude. But before they go anywhere, Shamir wants to take advantage of some support. Ferdinand is an especially evasive enemy. The bridge is a bit jammed up now, so it's time to fly. Byleth's goal here is to weaken Ladislava for Claude, since he has more combat he needs to level up for long term. Well, that's okay. If we Divine Pulse, no one will have seen that. This time, Claude will be the first to attack. This boss is very slow and weak compared to the others on this side of the bridge. After the kill, Claude doesn't have to Canto into the space I put him in. He could end up 2 spaces to the right and be just fine. I mention this because I've created a situation where Seteth and Marianne want to use the same space for different reasons, and it forces a certain movement order. This order is suboptimal because it gets rid of the good music early. Goodbye, Ferdy.
Retreat, Ladislava. tell Her Majesty about this.
Ferdinand's fall allows Marianne to get Claude back in action. The ample chip damage from Byleth, in combination with the Brave Bow, means we can fight through one Aegis proc. The Accuracy Ring, Support, and Hit plus 20 counterbalance Ladislava's high Avoid.
Lady Edelgard! I'm sorry.
I'm that much.
Alright, 3 down, 1 to go. You didn't forget about Alois now, did you? With the Victor Private Military and the Steel Axe Plus, our family man has just enough attack power to... Hang on. What's that sound? Do you guys hear that? Guys?